Yeah. Decision making statements. So, what is the use of decision making statements? Is if you want to check any condition and take some decisions and display the statements according to that. So, one example I can give comparison of two numbers like a greater than b. Okay, based on the value which is given for a and b, you have to take a decision. So, a is greater or b is greater. So, you will be using one of the operator called as comparison operator, that is greater than what we have seen it in the last class, right? So a greater than b. If a is greater, I'll be telling print a is greater, else I will say b is greater. So like this, for making decisions, how many statements are available in Python? So if we see, we have three kinds of statements. One is if statement, the other one is if else statement, and the next one is nested if statement. Okay, so when we have to use these three statements depending upon the condition. Okay, so if statement, we have only to check for a condition and we don't have anything else to display for the false part. So the if statement will be checked for a particular condition, and if the condition is true, a block of code has to be executed. There is no else part for that. Okay, next kind of statement is if and else. So here also we will be checking a condition. Based upon the condition, if it is true, we have to execute a block of statement. If it is false, again we have to execute a block of statement. So in such cases, what you will be doing, you will be using if and else statement. Next one is nested if statement. Okay, what is the use of nested if statement is if we want to check multiple conditions. Okay, suppose if I want to compare three variables, a greater than b, then I have to check a greater than c, then I have to check a greater than d, then only I can say a is greater. So in such cases we will be using nested if statements. Okay, so if statement, we have a condition. Based on the condition, if it is satisfying, we are going to display some result. There is no false part for that particular condition. Next one is if else statement. We have a true part, we have a false part. And next one is nested if else statement. So where we have multiple conditions to be checked. So one example I told you, greatest of three numbers. So if else statement, you can keep greatest of two numbers. Okay, if statement, you can just keep voting. If age is greater than 18, you are eligible to vote. So we will be seeing in detail the flow chart. So as I told, the if statement will be having a condition, and if there is a condition and it is true, it will be executing a block of code. And what we will be doing is, after executing the block of code, we will move to the next part of the program. So this is the flow of the flow chart. First a condition comes, it will be checking a true part and a false part. If it is true, a block of code is executed. If it is false, it just exits that particular program. So one example I have given here. First we will be seeing the syntax of if else statement. If, what is the expression and what is the statement. So see the example, I'm just finding whether the number is even. Okay, so what I will do, I should get the input of a number. As we people know, to get the input of a number, we use the statement input. So num is equal to int of input, enter the number. Why I'm using int here is whatever we get in Python is in the form of string. So we have to explicitly convert that particular string to an integer format. So that is the reason I'm just writing int of input, enter the number. So if I'm entering as 4, that will be stored in a variable called as num. So num, if num mod 2 is equal to 0, and you have to put a colon there, that is the syntax of a Python. So print number is even. Okay, so I'm just giving enter the number 10, number is even. Say for example, I'm executing some other number, say for example 3. We know it is an odd number, but we don't have any else part for that to tell Okay, again, I'll repeat this particular example. We have num variable which is taking input as a number. So as we know the statement to get input, we have input enter the number. So why I am writing int is since we deal with Python, whatever input we are getting is a string, we have to explicitly convert that string to a integer variable. So I am using that particular int. So if num mod 2 is equal to 0, I am supposed to say that is a even number, else it is a odd number. Since we are checking only for the if statement, I am not writing a else part here. So I am just telling print number is even. Okay, next one more example I'm giving with respect to if statement. This is multiple if statement, or you can say it is kind of a nested if statement. Okay, a is equal to int input enter a, enter b, enter c. So the values of a, b and c is stored in three variables, namely a, b and c. Now I'm checking the condition. If a greater than b and a greater than c, then I can say that a is the largest number. So how to tell b is large? If b greater than a and b greater than c, I can say b is largest. If you remember, in logical operator we have seen this and operator, or operator. If you remember, if both the conditions are true, then only that particular statement will be executed. So similarly, if c greater than a and c greater than b, I could say c is the largest number. Next, coming to if and else statement. Okay, if and else statement, condition is there. If the condition is true, it is going to execute the true block. If the condition is false, it is going to execute the false block. So the syntax goes like this: if the condition, block of statements to be executed, else another block of statements to be executed. So the one example I told you, again I'm getting age as the input from the user. I'm checking if age is greater than or equal to 18. I can say print you are eligible to vote. Else I will be telling sorry, you have to wait. So this is one example of if and else. Next one is elif. Okay, so where we will be using elif is where we have multiple conditions to be checked to execute a block of statements. Just keep it in mind, to execute a particular block of statement, we will be checking multiple statements. So this is the syntax: if expression 1, elif expression 2, elif expression 3, and else. We'll be having one if there and one else here. In between we will be having multiple expressions to be checked. So see this flow chart. Here we'll be having condition 1, statement 1 will be executed. Condition 2, statement 2 will be executed. Condition 3, statement 3 will be executed. Then only it goes for the next statement. If we see with the practical example, it will be more easy for us. Say number equal to input, enter a number. So if number equal to, this is also a comparison operator, double equal to. If number equal to 10, print number is equal to 10. Elif number is equal to 50, print number is equal to 50. Elif number is equal to 100, print number is equal to 100. Else the number is not equal to 10, 50 or 100. So the user is supposed to enter three numbers, 10, 50 and 100. So else we can tell the user has not entered anything. So this is the one example of elif statement. So we will be stopping it here.